Welcome to CC Writes. My name is CC Lepke, and today I decided that I wanted to challenge myself to write a branching narrative based on the game Dragon Tides. So, Dragon Tides is a game that's based on like 80s kung fu movies, and it has all of these characters, and you go through kind of like a role-playing game style narrative. And based on whether you win or lose a battle or what choices you make after you hear the narrative for that part of the story, it changes what the possibilities are for the story that you're going through. We got one of the few copies that were made, and this is actually the game of one of my friends who let me borrow this so that we could do this. But yeah, what I want to do is create this branching style narrative and use it to play a game with my friends. This episode is only going to be specifically about writing the branching narrative. I think it's going to be really difficult. So I code websites occasionally for fun because I'm weird, and one of the things I know about website coding is that sort of depending on the choices that the user makes, sending them to a different area of the website and having to keep track of all of that information. And that's all very condensed, whereas this is writing out a story for every line of code that you're entering, basically. And so that makes it really complicated, and I feel like it's going to be kind of difficult to go through everything and keep track of the story where it is. So I'm going to try to keep really detailed notes, and we'll see if I can make this happen. So let's get started. This kind of writing is great for role-playing games, video games, or interactive video content like the popular Black Mirror episode Bandersnatch. If you get nothing else from this video, I hope you can at least appreciate the work that goes into making these kind of interactive scripts, because it is a headache to say the least. Imagine being in a maze and you have to memorize how to get out, but you also have to memorize how to navigate to any individual point in the maze without getting lost. It's like that, but with words. Because I'm using Dragon Tides as the basis, I decided to look over one of their pre-made campaigns and take a few notes to give myself a quick lesson in how it's done. I took some notes and pinned them to my brainstorming board as a basic guide for how to craft the story. What I found is that the story branched off a couple different ways, but they found a way to consolidate the storylines as much as possible. So as I write the story later on, that's what I try to do. I don't want to spend the next 10 years developing new game boards, so another limitation is that I'm working with reusing as many of the original game boards as humanly possible. This means I have a limited number of settings that I can use in my story. It's a complication, but not an impossible hurdle. From there, I started brainstorming. More accurately, I stared at my pen board with all of its notes for a really long time while my brain decided not to do anything useful. Since stories weren't flooding me with their beautiful potential, I moved on to Plan B. I wrote a list of themes that might be fun to work with. I picked 3 themes that fit well together, then I tried to come up with a new story. I wanted the story to feel like an 80s movie, which is on board with the premise of the game. It's been a really long day. I'm gonna do research or something, and we'll see if I can do a little better from then on. My story is not coming along terribly well, because I'm just like super writer's block, oh my goodness. But I am all about finding inspiration, and that's what these videos are supposed to be about, is feeling inspired to do things. So I'm going to research by watching a movie. And yeah, that's what we'll do. Oh. Did people in the 80s take Devil's Signal like super seriously? Because every time I see a movie from this time period and they're going, there are always people like walking by them going like,
Just that was like that acting coaches like make sure you do this so everybody understands.
oh yeah, big man in tiny shorts, that's what you want to see.
Some people
Wow, look at that facial hair. Oh, those eyebrows. And back hair.
that's what you have to look forward to in the future.
This was before body waxing became popular among actors. Wow, that's a hairy man. After Kurt Russell successfully escaped from New York City, I was able to get back to work. I came up with a story about religious contentions stirred up within a community by a group that aimed to eliminate the practice of religion in any form. The players have to prevent all-out holy war in the city by sniffing out the leader and uncovering his deeds. Along the way, the players have the option to convert one of the bad guys to their side if they follow the right path. With a basic idea for the plot, I moved my corkboard over to my computer and started a rough outline. Oh my goodness, was this part a pain in the neck. Yeah. I already started running into some problems. The story is kind of hard to keep track of as I'm going through, and it did not matter how nice I tried to keep my notes. I just couldn't follow it at all. So I'm changing tactics, and I'm gonna change the way that I do the mapping out of everything, and I'm gonna do like a visual storytelling map and see if that works any better. I don't think this visual storytelling map is gonna look very nice at all because I'm not very good at like graphing that sort of thing, but you know, we'll see. And hopefully it'll work, and we'll get an opportunity to try and make it work. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. 2 separate paths went to the wrong place. One narrative was completely missing, and I had to go in and renumber the whole thing multiple times, which just complicated everything further. So we've got the coronavirus pandemic thing going on. I mean, which has been going on, but I don't really leave my house that often, so this is like the first day that it's really had any effect. And I am going a little stir crazy, but I have this project, and projects are good for me, so we're just gonna keep going with this thing, and I'm gonna finish out my narrative. I have everything filled out in the outline and everything, and I just gotta plug all of the fun 80s video movie stuff into it to make it interesting and funny for my friends who are hopefully going to play it with me if I can bribe them enough. So, but how am I going to play it with them? It's a good thing I had that planned for later. Yeah. So anyway, eventually when I play it with them, I'm hopefully going to have a nice fun story that they'll enjoy, and hopefully this will not take me another 2 days because it has been forever. I literally thought this would take me like one afternoon. It has not taken me one afternoon. It's been 2 days, and yes, I'm wearing the same clothes. Don't judge me. I haven't left my house. So yeah, I guess I'll just get things done instead of procrastinating like I'm doing right now. The final result of my hard work is a story with 31 different narrative scenes and 5 possible endings. There are 3 bad endings and 2 happy endings depending on what path is chosen and what choices are made. My favorite ending is super sad, but that's to be expected. I am a tragedy writer first and foremost, so I love making my audience miserable with the feels. My overall impressions of creating this narrative range from, yay, I'm so proud of myself, to, welp, never doing that again. It's a fun exercise, and I am glad I did it. Writing things you don't enjoy writing can help you grow as a writer, but I am primarily a novelist, and this type of content isn't necessarily in my wheelhouse. I do hope my friends will like it when I force them to play it with me later on. When we try it out, I'll make sure to record everything so I can show you the finished product. I'm super excited to play the game, and I can't wait to see which ending my friends will get. Although I have a feeling it's going to be one of the bad ones. In fact, I kind of hope it's one of the bad ones. I know, I'm a monster. That's it for this video, but I do have an announcement. I just started a Patreon page to support my channel and my work as a writer. I know it's a little early, I only have 6 subscribers, but I wanted to get in the habit of providing quality content for my patrons as early as possible, so that later on it'll be easier to keep up with the work. So if you're interested in supporting me, you'll get access to fun things like extended video cuts, pages from my personal notebooks, and monthly vlogs that are not available to anyone else. Thank you so much for your support and encouragement. It means the world to me. Thanks for watching CC Writes. I hope you enjoyed your time with me today. If you'd like to check out more of my work, you can find my books on Amazon.com. There's a link in the description below. You can also find me on Twitter at @CCLepkeWrites. And finally, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification button so you'll know when the next video comes out. See you later.